We have a ton of Star Wars games on the way, and at the beginning of this year, I made a video similar to this one where we listed off every single upcoming Star Wars game. So we're updating that here today, as we have had new games confirmed since then. We've had games released, we've had games indefinitely delayed. So a lot has actually changed in the landscape of Star Wars games in that time, for better and worse. So this video will contain every single upcoming Star Wars game and everything you need to know about them, including release dates and all that good stuff. And just before we get into that, a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, OwnASaber. If you want to take some Star Wars quizzes to go into the running to win a free lightsaber, then these are the details. OwnASaber are running a giveaway where you can answer 15 Star Wars related questions. If you do well enough, you go into a spinning wheel where 5 winners will be selected and will receive a free code for any lightsaber on their store. The link to enter will be in their Instagram bio on August 16th, 10 AM CDT, and will be removed after 24 hours. So keep a close eye on their Instagram, and of course, if you do want to pick up a lightsaber anyway, their Xenopixel lightsaber range is 30% off until August 19th. But now, every single upcoming Star Wars game. Let's dive into it. So to kick things off, we have Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, a new confirmation since the last time we made one of these videos. Skydance New Media are entering the world of Star Wars games with a brand new action-adventure Star Wars game headed by award-winning writer-director Amy Hennig. Amy Hennig, of course, was involved with the infamous project Ragtag that was cancelled all those years ago, and it seems like she is back to pick up the pieces of that project in a way with this new game. All fingers currently point towards this being a scoundrel-based game, most likely set sometime surrounding the Galactic Civil War. Amy Hennig was pretty crushed with how Ragtag was cancelled, as in her own words, she thought it was going to turn out great, but it just didn't fit into EA's business plans, so it was scrapped. It was then moved to another studio, and then that was cancelled as well. Interviews in recent years have suggested that Ragtag would have been one of the best Star Wars games ever made, with huge claims being made by people that had seen and worked on the game. So hopefully Skydance are going to make a game reminiscent of Ragtag. There is no release date as of right now, as this is a recent confirmation, but the game could still be at least 3 to 4 years away. The KOTOR Remake has been one of the most hotly anticipated Star Wars games since its announcement last year. Aspyr Media, who were previously in charge of a lot of Star Wars game ports, were given the mighty task of remaking one of the best Star Wars games ever made in the original KOTOR. But given news that came out as recent as a few weeks ago, the Knights of the Old Republic remake has been indefinitely delayed. An early demo of the game was shown to management, but a decision was made to delay the game indefinitely to decide the future of the game. It was originally planned to be a modernized remake of the original, however, even with that blueprint, things still didn't run smoothly, and despite the developers being happy with how the game was progressing, it looks as if the game will see a release sometime around 2025, as opposed to the original plan to have the game released in 2022 and then 2023. So this was a huge kick to the jaw for a lot of Star Wars fans, but unfortunately, despite 2025 being the new projected release date of the game, it shouldn't really come as a surprise if we see headlines in the future that this game has been cancelled. A really frustrating situation all around for this one. Next up, we have Jedi Survivor. Since we last done a video like this, we got a bunch of reveals for the highly anticipated Fallen Order sequel, now known as Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Recently, we got the game's title reveal and a trailer which has sparked a lot of online speculation. Respawn's next venture into the Star Wars universe will take place 5 years after the events of Fallen Order, and according to various sources close to the game, it's going to be a much darker tone than the first game. It's also going to be a next-gen exclusive, so expect a massive graphics boost compared to Fallen Order. Apart from the title and first look trailer reveal, EA and Respawn seem to be really taking their time with the marketing for this game, considering it looks as if the game is scheduled to come out sometime around March 2023, so just over 6 months away. We should expect some gameplay reveals toward the end of the year, as well as more details surrounding the game. Can Respawn back up their home run that was Fallen Order? We'll see, but it is looking promising so far. Now, Respawn aren't just busy with Jedi Survivor, they're also working on a Star Wars first-person shooter. Although not much is known about the game at this point, we do know that Peter Hirschman, who previously worked on the original Battlefront games, is leading the game's development, which naturally has a lot of people excited. Although it looks like despite that, this could very well be another single-player game, there is hope that it could potentially be a Star Wars multiplayer title, as the multiplayer genre is severely lacking in the slate of Star Wars games. but it's likely this could be a remake or reboot of the Republic Commando series. One thing we know for sure is that Respawn make really good FPS games like Apex Legends, like Titanfall, so although we don't know much, the scale of this game probably won't be massive, so it's fair to expect to see this game in the next 2 to 3 years. Star Wars Hunters technically is still an upcoming Star Wars game, as some people have had their hands on the game for a long time, but it actually hasn't come out. It is only a handheld devices game, so it's not exactly what most fans are looking for at the moment, but Zynga will seemingly be powering through the complicated launch schedule the game has had. Recently, it was reported that the game was supposed to come out officially this year, however, it has been pushed to 2023. And truth be told, from an outside perspective, it looks like Zynga don't even know what is happening with the game's launch, but regardless, 2023 looks to be the release year for Star Wars Hunters. Quantic Dream are joining the Star Wars universe with an action-adventure game set in the High Republic. A cinematic trailer was released late last year, but ever since then, Eclipse has been surrounded by drama. It's also been surrounded by a ton of conflicting information, but the game is still in relatively early development. The QD Paris HQ will be handling the bulk of the writing and story, while the new team in North America, staffed by former Square Enix Montreal and Ubisoft Montreal developers, will be handling the world's design and action. Eclipse is still a number of years away. At the absolute earliest, it would be 2025, but it's more likely to come out in the years following, all the way up to 2028. Ubisoft's open world Star Wars game is one of the most highly anticipated Star Wars games in the upcoming slate. The announcement of this game and the Lucasfilm Games takeover happened almost 2 years ago, which is pretty crazy. And in that time frame, we haven't really found out more about this game. We do know that it's going to be a story-driven open world game and will be helmed by Massive Entertainment and the Snowdrop engine, which is the engine that the Division 2 uses. However, if we want a game that could be similar to the open world Star Wars game, it's best that we actually keep an eye on the Avatar game that's coming out. Unfortunately, well-renowned industry insider Tom Henderson did report a few months ago that the earliest we would see this game would be 2025. Respawn's Star Wars RTS game is being developed through a production collaboration with Greg Forscher's new studio, Bit Reactor. Respawn will be on production duties whilst Bit Reactor handle the development. All we really know about this game is it is going to be pushing the envelope of the RTS genre, with Greg Forsch saying that a new golden age of turn-based games is upon us, so big claims for this smaller title. Much like the Respawn FPS, it's fair to expect that this game is going to release sometime in the next 2 to 3 years, but there is a possibility that it could come sooner. So guys, that was every single upcoming Star Wars game from 2023 and beyond. No rumored games in this video, as none of the unconfirmed rumored games seem to hold much merit at the moment. So I wanted to keep this video for the confirmed games only, the stuff that we're definitely going to be seeing, as everything else is just super unreliable right now. Now, every single time I have made a video like this, a new game has been confirmed like out of nowhere a day later. So hopefully we can continue that trend. But guys, what are you looking forward to the most out of the upcoming slate of Star Wars games? And let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like on the video if you found it informative, and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars game content, and I'll catch you all in the next one.